Greetings, it is I, Matt Houston, and welcome to my new hit series, Matt's Movie Hole, a series where I watch a bunch of movies that I think are cool. Let's dive deep into this hole, shall we? The first movie I have on my list is a film called Dustboat, or Dustboat, however the hell you want to pronounce it. Thanks, Germany. Basically, this is a movie about a bunch of Nazis that are sent away on a German U-boat, away from home. Yeah, this is quite possibly one of the most unique war films I've ever seen in my life. Everything from the atmosphere, to the absolutely amazing cinematography, to the stunning acting from pretty much everyone across the board.
Jetzt bleibt doch stehen! Alles rein, was da ist, Handy! Alles rein! Alles anders!
This is a film that makes you feel so anxious and terrified for these characters' lives. Little scenes that make you care about these characters, little anecdotes and dialogue that make these characters feel human. They're not just Nazis sent away on a mission to kill some British people and take over the world. Really, I think just to convince you how good this movie is, the first 20 minutes absolutely sold me personally.
Der diesem englischen Bettmesser, diesem zigarrenqualmenden Arschloch von Churchill, gezeigt hat, wo Dingsbums den Moskau.
Everything from the music to the atmosphere so thick you could cut it with a knife, to the sense of dread this scene imbues, just knowing that this is the last moment these men have, just to have a drink and party and go wild before they have to go away on some boring, claustrophobic German U-boat for like months on end. The 3-hour, 20-minute runtime really is justified for making you feel like you're on this journey with them. This incredibly long adventure out into sea, just with this uncertainty whether they'll even be alive when this ship heads home. This is a terrific film that is so unique from a lot of war films because it makes you really understand that fear of death, that these men aren't even facing a foe. They don't even see these men attacking them. It's almost an invisible foe that they're fighting, and it's that uncertainty and that anxiety that makes this film really, really terrifying. Arguably more so than a lot of horror movies out there. This is a film that is absolutely worth every minute of watching. And if you decide to watch the English dub, I feel really bad for you. The second film on my list is a documentary titled Supersonic, a documentary obviously by Oasis, if you're familiar with that amazing song. Essentially, the powerhouse of the documentary is really just documenting how insane this sibling rivalry really was, and how equally insane it was how they became as big as they were, despite being two complete and utter dickheads.
Gonna get rid of Phil Collins and Sting, junk food music, McDonald's music. Got to get in the charts and stamp them out.
Do you know what I mean? I want the severed head of Phil Collins in my fridge.
The misadventures these two, Liam and Noel Gallagher, go through is one of the most entertaining documentary experiences I've ever had the pleasure of watching. Seeing the differences between the two and why this rupture in their relationship happened and how it happened and what started it so early on throughout their childhood really is a fascinating look into the mindset of how these songs were made and how their albums even came to be. When going in watching this, I expected some real entertainment just seeing all of this archival footage of their back and forths, and also what made them such a tight-knit group in the first place. And all the while, them creating this absolute havoc in the studio really is just something to admire, and also something to be mortified by.
Somebody let a fire extinguisher off in the farmhouse.
I think maybe one of my guitars got damaged and I blamed him.
He just exploded into a big fucking bunch of chaos like you'd never seen, man.
And it's all presented in such a clever, fun way. It just keeps you wanting to watch more and more of the fucking insanity that ensues from moment to moment. It's something really to behold for everything that it is. Pure, blistering madness.
Everyone was appalling. Every member of the crew, every member of the fucking band, because of crystal meth.
Phil Smith, our roadie, was responsible for putting the set lists out. For some reason, my set list was different to everybody else's.
They were all playing different songs at the same time. Whoa, what's going on here?
The last film on my list is a film titled One Cut of the Dead. This is a Japanese zombie comedy horror film directed by Shinichiro Ueda about a bunch of independent filmmakers going out into an abandoned facility in the middle of nowhere to shoot their own zombie film. Results turn for the worse as they are held up by real zombies. Whoa! The premise is incredibly simple and didn't hold all that much interest for me initially, to be honest. It's kind of predictable and weird and not that interesting, but as the film slowly begins to show its true colors with this unprecedented amount of style and pure filmmaking talent behind its one-shot style of filmmaking, it's really difficult to really find much reason to hate this, honestly. And just when this low-budget cheese begins to wane on me, it hits hard with one of the most clever twists I've seen in a film that ended up making me smile like a goddamn idiot way past its 40-minute mark. Even me giving this short description of the film earlier really just does not even do the movie justice. You have to watch this yourself with not much knowledge on it to begin with. This is a film crafted purely with love, hard work, and an incredible show of filmmaking ingenuity that never ceases to surprise me every single time I go to watch this or even think about it. Every moment in the film is intentional, and every scene has this hilariously satisfying payoff that makes me love this film the more I even think about it. Just stop wasting your time watching this video and go watch One Cut of the Dead. You will not be disappointed.
君に死が迫ってんの。はい。本物の恐怖あった。はい。自分では出そうと思う。だから出したら嘘になるでしょ。はい。出すんじゃないの。出るの。はい。出るっていうの。だから本物をくれよ。
And thus that concludes this first episode of Matt's Movie Haul. I hope you all sleep tight and don't let the big boys bite.